Okay, good. Now can you hear us? Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, we're getting set up and we're gonna start right away. So can you bring in 3 chairs? Yes. 3 chairs, and we're gonna be right here in the middle so they can see us. Hello, sexy lady. So the agent's gonna be there. One more chair, please. Maybe push that back so they can see us. All right. So thank you guys so very much. Can you turn on the light? We got that start.
So we just end with one verse?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll wait for you. Yeah, let me know.
So thank you all so very much. This is the scenario. About 2 weeks ago, we had Rusty who presented this listing presentation. And so we have 3 brave agents who are gonna do their listing presentation today. And they're gonna present to a husband and wife team who has very different disc profiles. So, are you gonna be the first agent to present?
Yeah.
Okay, so could you please go to the door? Because Rusty is gonna be the husband. And I'm gonna be his wife, so we are Mr. and Mrs. What? What are our names?
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson.
Zimmerman. Zimmerman, Mr. and Mrs. Zimmerman. That's who we are.
All
All right, the Zimmerman. So who is the first agent that's gonna present?
You say you.
So it's 3 different agents, and so they're gonna do a part of the listing presentation and get feedback. So we're ready. Zimmermans are ready, and we hate to turn our backs to you guys. So we're gonna do the best we can, okay? All right.
So you say when.
Okay, so come on in.
Good morning.
Good
How are you
morning.
doing? I appreciate you letting me come to your house today. I'm Grace Thompson. As you know, we've had a few discussions on the phone. So, I'm really grateful to come and see you today. So, what I'm going to go through with you today is basically, I did send some information to you in an email. Have you got to see it? Did you see it?
Well, I don't know if he saw it, but I saw it. You saw it?
Yeah.
You did?
I did it.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
discuss it again with you. Don't worry about that. So I have it here, and it's basically telling you, based on the fact that you said you want to list, but you're still kind of a little indecisive. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the comps for your area, and it gives you an idea of the prices of those that have sold. There's a couple pending in your area, and then roughly what we could list yours for. Do you have an idea of what you'd like to? You have a figure in mind yet?
We haven't had a firm number. It seems like every month it goes up, but we're thinking around 749.
749, okay. Some of the figures I've seen out there, not quite that high, but I'll go over that with you, and then get an idea of why you think that's the price you would like to list your house for. Is that okay? Sure. All right. Also, I'll go over with you based on the agreed price we're going to aim for, what you get back, your net, based on what you've got outstanding and what you'd like to walk away with. All right, what you'll walk away with. So right now, have you got any questions and any concerns?
Yes, I know, I do. I don't want to sell my house and be homeless.
That's quite understandable.
Mhm.
Okay. And how about you, sir? Any concerns?
I'm more concerned about getting the price we're looking for. We can always figure out the other things.
Oh, sure.
So, but what's your big reason that you want to sell?
I could stay here forever.
You love your home.
I do.
How about you, sir?
It's just a little bit too crowded here now, so we get out. It's just a little bit more space, a little more things to do.
She doesn't like people. I love people.
It's not that I don't like people. It's just that every day.
So what kind of area would you like to move to? Have you started narrowing down the location?
Yeah, we both kind of agreed on East Hopple around Roswell. Be close to
Can you pick up
downtown.
this house and take it to wherever?
Like, well, you need something a little bigger. Is that
Definitely
true?
need a basement.
You need a basement. So a basement house, and the area. So you really want to just change a similar house to what you have with a basement, not so many people around you.
A smaller, lot doesn't matter, but I prefer nobody to be behind us.
Okay, all right. So those are things we'll start looking at, all right? Now to go back to your concern about not being homeless. So there's a couple of options we can do. The market right now is moving fairly fast. Once I take a good look at your home and we agree the price, I think it would sell fairly quick. So you have you could be under contract in as short as 3 days. But you're gonna move to a lovely home.
Stop. But not just that. She's telling you.
I would engage. Oh, that's, oh, right.
So do you want to do feedback now? Because we're gonna ask them for feedback too, right? And then have the next person come in. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
Okay.
Acting, it's like you're like whatever acting on stage.
Okay, all right, great.
So I understand that one of the concerns is being able to move from this home to the next home.
I really don't want to move, to tell God's honest truth.
Okay.
He wants to move for whatever reason. I really don't know.
She loves me, so she's going along with it.
Okay.
For now,
For now, okay.
yeah.
So-
But I could just stay here. My friends are here. The gym is right there. The church is like 10 minutes. So I really don't see why we have to
And I
move.
swear I'm not picking on her. She said the same thing when we moved here. It's just nerves. I think when you get to the right place, you'll be happy. Make sure it's the right place.
Of course. Of course. And that's the goal. Is for you, the next place, you're gonna love it. If you don't love it, you have to buy it.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, I know being homeless is a concern.
Mm-hmm.
So, first thing first, are you guys in the position to be able to buy your next home first before you sell your current home?
Yeah, if we were going to sell. I mean, I'm just here because he wants me to have the conversation.
First?
So I'm not 100% on board. I'm just here.
All right, and thank you for sharing. So, and that's exactly why I'm here. It's just to make sure I answer and give you that peace of mind that you're looking for. Okay.
Okay.
So since you guys have the option to purchase first, that's something that we can definitely explore. It would put you guys at an advantage, especially in this market with how quickly things are moving. So selling your home, you guys have a beautiful home, a lot of memories in here, and now you get the chance to do the same thing again, just different location, but we'll make sure it has that home feeling again. So let's go ahead and just go over the comps really quickly, because I know you guys probably already have numbers in mind. So let's go ahead and look over these. So these are the five homes in the neighborhood that sold recently. And just looking at these homes, of course, your home looks the best. These are the most similar. And based on the, let's see, this one is the closest home to your home, and I would say most comparable. It sold for about $650.
Oh.
And did you guys get a chance to look at the pictures that I sent on the report that I sent?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you guys think compared to your home?
Not as up to date,
Okay.
a little bit smaller. Most of them are smaller square footage. You know, we're in the cul-de-sac. In fact, we voted best backyard in the neighborhood. Years ago.
And could you, point out some of the main things that you feel that is adding more value to your home than that home?
Yeah, I guess value's in the eye of the beholder, but we go other folks' houses. Even things like we have 3 chimneys, one in the keeping room. That's nice. You don't see that very often.
Okay.
We've got the retractable cover over the patio where most of them don't even have patios. I don't know, sitting area in the master bedroom is really nice. Okay. So those are kind of things, the kitchen's been updated. We added the granite counters, the soft close. Appliances are a couple of years old, so it's pretty much turnkey. There's not much anybody's gonna have to do in this house.
Okay. And how much would you say you may have spent on renovation in the past few years?
I'd say the last 3 years, about 65,000.
5,000. Okay. That's good to know.
And I've got the list of those as well.
All right, wonderful. And that's one of the things we can do is make sure we have that list available as for the potential buyers and the appraisers, which we'll get to talk about that a little bit more.
Can you guys hear online?
Now we can, but everything is freezing. It's freezing now and then you guys are really choppy, and the sound is not good.
Is everybody else having the same issue? Or is it clear as internet?
I think India doesn't know she's muted.
India, you're muted, love. Regina, what about you?
Okay, I'm driving in the car, so I'm listening as best I can on my phone and trying to keep my eyes on the road. But I haven't had freezing or choppiness,
Okay, all right, great.
but I'm in the car.
And you can hear us okay?
Yes.
Okay, got you.
India's in the chat. She just.
Yeah, so she said she can hear us.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, you guys. Okay.
All right. Thank you for sharing that information. That's definitely going to be helpful as far as making that adjustment to what we can potentially sell your home for.
So what do you think we can sell it for?
Well, that's a very good question. What do you guys? What number do you guys have in mind?
But you're the expert. That's why you're here, right? Right, Mr. Zimmerman?
Yeah, I mean, you're a much better expert than me. Of course, we have a number in mind, but we're more interested in hearing what you think.
Okay, well, here's the thing. To everybody, at the end of the day, you guys get to choose what number the house, we put the house in the market for. So that's exactly why sharing the numbers to show you what has sold and potentially what your home can be sold for.
So this one sold the highest price for $650?
The highest price was $650.
Mm-mm.
Now, every home is unique And just based on what you guys are telling me, as far as the updates you guys have, the 3 chimney, oversized master with the sitting area, that definitely changes the value of your home. So the number I had in mind definitely changed. So I'm curious to hear, what you guys had in mind.
Well, when you walked the house and then compared it to the pictures that you saw, what did you think as far as value difference between those two?
I definitely think based on the square footage and how basically the home is pretty much perfect, needs nothing. The only thing we may do is just do some staging just to get it ready for buyers to view it as their home. I definitely think it's worth more money than the comps.
Well, honestly, the number that I came up with, one it's I want to make sure that I'm able to buy a home that she's truly gonna love.
Okay,
And the number I came up with in the neighborhood we want to be in, we're gonna have to get about 740, 749.
749 for the home. Okay. Were you thinking about the same?
Nope,
Okay, what number did you have in mind?
none.
None? Okay. And I can understand that this home is priceless to you.
Yep.
Okay, understood. And
So what do you think about his 749?
So 749, and that's something that's a little bit higher than what I was thinking.
Okay, what were you thinking?
I was thinking more like 715, just based on the condition and all the updates that you guys have done. Now
Do you
that
think?
that doesn't mean that you can't get to 740. We're just gonna have to be very tactical about how we do this.
I'm just looking at these numbers and just thinking, I guess it would matter what's coming out of this. So what's your commission?
Okay, and that's a good question. So one of the things, the next thing we can, let's go ahead and do this. So you're saying 740, 740, 749. I'm thinking 715. Let's do this. We're gonna run the seller net sheet. I will use both numbers just to kind of show you what the end result is gonna be with everything added to that. Okay?
So what's your commission?
Well, my commission is, I have a flexible commission structure.
Oh,
And
really?
what we're gonna do is, we're gonna run the numbers.
What's the flexible commission schedule?
Sure.
Structure.
Structure.
Tell me what does that look like?
Okay, actually have a form for you, and what I have here, I have a 7%, a 6%, a 5, and a 4.
Okay,
And of course, it's kind of like it's like getting different packages. What serves you the best is typically 6 and 7. And once you get down to 5 and 4, there's less services that comes with that.
okay, so tell me about services.
Okay, now as far as like my services, it's always high quality.
What's the why is that 7%?
I'd almost ask it in a different way is what am I gonna get at 7% that I'm not getting at 4%?
Okay, so 7%.
Good question.
Thank you for asking that. At 7%, you are going to get, I'm going to provide with a personal stager that's going to come in for 3 hours, and they're going to walk through the house with you and help.
Okay, so we're not really gonna miss it. I mean, you did a great job at the house. I don't think it's gonna do much for us.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's fine. We're also gonna get we're gonna get a photographer to take pictures, do a
Yeah, we
3D
need
video of
We
the
need
home.
that. Okay,
That way, if for some people who can't actually make it to the home, they can walk it 3D.
okay,
So we're not gonna do pictures at 4%?
You will get just basic pictures.
Just no video.
No video, no 3D tour.
okay.
So at the end of the day, it's more about exposing your home buyers looking at the home in order to create that atmosphere. The more people we can get looking, the more buyers, the more likely we'll get more offers, which potentially, it could be a bidding war, and that price can raise. Could potentially have, somebody pay
What's the
above.
6%? Because I'm not paying 7%.
Okay,
That's-
so the
that's
6%.
just too much.
At the 6%, the main difference is gonna be just not, I do the marketing that I provide, instead of doing 2,000 flyers to the surrounding neighborhood, we'll probably just gonna do just your neighborhood.
Well, we need flyers. I mean, they're online. So if we take off the flyers, can we do
I think you get
5%?
flyers every day anyway.
Yeah, I mean, who needs flyers?
Okay, and the last thing I do want you guys to think about in that commission structure is it's more of a tool to create an atmosphere to where you have multiple offers.
Okay.
That's really what it is. And I know you guys want to get the most amount of money for your home, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we do, but she's not really been bought into it, but I've been going to all the open houses and things like that, and I mean, it's almost like you put a sell sign in the yard and 25 people line up.
And
So it's tough for me if we're gonna lower the price of the house, it's tough for me to justify, 6-7% commission. I gotta figure out how to make up that difference between if we do go at a 715 and 749. That's what I'm doing. As you're talking in my head, I'm just running numbers.
okay, so you're a numbers person, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. That's why we're gonna go ahead and run the sell net sheet on both of them, and based on what you guys are gonna walk away with, you can say, hey, I feel more comfortable with doing the 6%. The bottom line number is what serves me the best. Okay.
Kind of. Thank you, Ivan. That's good. Miss Katia too. One second. Two, okay. Did we agree on the price? All right, so we're gonna pick up at the price. We're still at the price. So I still can't understand the difference between the 6, the 7, the 5. So make us understand the differences and sell it to us, right? Because you're still sitting here.
Yeah.
Right? Ivan and Grace, you're still sitting here.
Yes.
And we're at this price, so,
You're saying 715, we're saying 749.
yeah,
And we're just trying to get our heads around, one, if we do drop the price, how do we make up our net
Okay.
at the end of the transaction? Or what's the harm in going 749 the way these houses have been blowing out around here?
Okay. So let's address the first issue that we're talking about.
Mhm.
So let's address
Here.
your first question. You said 749, and you said that what you're saying so far from visiting the open houses, a sale sign is put in the yard and about 25 people line up.
Mhm.
So how about we go ahead and put the house on the market at the 749, and let's give it a week and see if we have those people lining up. And most of all, let's see the offers that comes in. Simply because the market is going to determine your price. How does that sound to you?
That sounds really good.
That sounds
That's
really
basically
good.
what we wanted, so. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I like 749, yeah.
So that's the first thing. Now to the commission. From what I'm hearing, you're more in between of the 6% and the 5%. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely didn't see the 7,
Okay.
the value for the 7, did you?
Yeah, no, we don't, because that thing says, free stager and inspection. I mean, we have it inspected, we have a maintenance schedule, I mean, for the AC and all of that, so we don't need all of those, and then definitely, we don't need a pre-appraisal, because across the street, those smaller homes are selling for $1 million, so.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the 6%.
And I think the 6% is definitely a great place that you are. It's where you're gonna get your most value, and given that we're gonna be at the 749, this is,
Yeah,
I think let's go to 6%.
yeah, okay, all right, so, okay.
So I'm so happy we're on the same page.
Oh, you two are on the same page.
Okay, okay.
I'm not signing.
We're on a good page.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
so let me ask you a question before we get the sign. I definitely want you, of course, your wife has the sign. Tell me like 3 things that you really love in this home that can give you the next home. And
can you give me the same house?
when you say same house, what do you mean?
I mean, I love the backyard, you
Okay.
know, we won backyard of the month and it just didn't happen. I mean, we put a lot of labor in here. You see that big old fire pit?
Okay,
He did it all by himself.
okay,
I mean, you see the gardens,
okay.
you see my roses?
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, the tulips.
Okay,
I mean, I created that over the years, so
Okay.
we definitely love the backyard. We love that sunroom. Oh my
nice.
God, it's my little place to go hang out and get away from him. And I mean, I love where it is.
Yes.
It's ideal, so I really don't want to move.
Okay. So let me make sure I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yes.
You love your backyard because you have enough space,
Mhm,
and due to the space, you was able to plant your roses,
mhm,
and you have space where you were able to build a fire pit.
mhm. And I mean, so many other things.
Okay.
But those are just some of the things that we've done that I really appreciate.
And it's so beautiful.
Did I tell you my neighbor's little girl got married in this backyard
Oh.
during COVID?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
why are we moving again?
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm not moving.
So let me ask you a question now. If I can give you a space to where you can build your fire pit, and you can get the roses, you can get roses that pretty much.
Oh, he's
grown.
already moved. You don't have to deal with it.
Okay,
He
okay.
wants to be gone tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm the one you need to convince.
You are absolutely correct. So
Yes.
let's come together, because this is what your husband said he wants, and I know you're going. Look, we got
That
the same
neck
page.
doesn't turn on, the head doesn't turn on till this neck here turns.
You are. That's correct. That's correct. So I believe that I can give you a home, and I'm pretty confident about this. That you will have the space to build that garden again. And then I will come and
Even
even
better.
help you, to be honest. I want to learn how to garden. We can partner together. You can get
Oh,
teach me how. I'm very serious. I
Oh.
really am. So there you are. Okay, so go ahead, Sonia. I will get your home on the market for the 749. And not only that, we will find you a home, a wonderful home, a big backyard, and I will help you plant the garden. How does that sound? There you are.
Okay, all right,
Awesome.
I'm signing.
Awesome.
Okay.
Just signature also.
Thank you.
I love this. All right. Thank you so much, and I'm glad you're putting me to work. All right.
Okay, all right, so, thank you. Now, Rusty, feedback.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought you guys did a great job, because that was a tough sell. You know, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to be even the husband of that back and forth.
Opposites
But
attract.
it was really good. I think you guys tuned in really quickly. At first, we were spending way too much time on me, and I was easy done.
Yeah.
I want out.
Yeah.
I want to go. I'm hoping like heck, you guys are going to convince her.
Mhm,
And
yeah,
and they're toward like it shifted, and you started really feeding in on it. But I think you emotionally connected
yeah,
big time.
because she asked questions.
Yes, she asked questions.
Yeah.
And you validated hers.
Mhm.
And you also showed her respect about her knowledge and things about the plants, and so I thought that was
That's what you're teaching me.
that was the, you know, that clinch, you always wait for that clinch moment, that was the
Yeah.
clincher.
That was it, that was
Because we would have
it.
still been probably fighting
Yeah.
after you
Yeah.
guys left if that hadn't have happened.
Because I think and I have some notes here, right? Like Rusty said, Rusty's finished. He's unemotional, or he might be emotional, but he's already cut ties to the house. And Gracie spent a lot of time talking to Rusty. Because you had Rusty, Rusty wanted to sign and be done with him. So you addressed Rusty a lot, and you ignored the one who's making the decision. Right? Kind of ignored me over here because you're like, he will convince her. So you did a lot of talking to Rusty. And I'm thinking, you can talk to him all you want. I am not moving, and he doesn't move without me. So you guys always look for that. Ivan, you told, right, when you were doing the comps, you guys did a fantastic job. So you said, your home looks the best, instead of asking a question there. And because you said your home looks the best, I was like, I got you. I'm gonna let you fight for the price. Because you told me the highest thing sold for $650. Had you asked me a question about what do I think, why am I just, how is it mine is 100,000 more than the house that just sold for $650? I might have relented, but you said your house looks the best, and I'm like, oh yeah, looks $100,000 more. So don't tell, ask, right? Ask. And I have to teach you guys how to explain the flexible fee schedule. The flexible fee schedule starts at 7, ends at 4. So does anybody online, can you guys explain the flexible fee schedule? You can come off mute and jump in. Yeah, they can hear me. Okay,
Can I ask a question?
yes.
Is there ever, so like, you're never, ever, ever gonna use a flex schedule on me, because I'm going to always take the 4%. Is there a certain personality that you just should not go there with?
Okay. So the flexible fee schedule starting at the 7%, the 7%, and I run this play each and every time, right? I send the sheet over, it's part of my pre-list. So I really, by the time, and it's explained under each. So by the time I get there, I barely have any questions about that flexible fee schedule, and I do it on purpose. If they want an explanation, what does this mean again? Okay, so the 7% really means I have a house that I have no idea how to price. It's not so much what you get, right? It's, I don't know how to price it, because right in the middle of East Cobb, you got a log home, and your home is so unique, or you have a stone home. It's so unique. There's nowhere that I can get a comfort. So guess what? I am gonna pay for an appraiser. I'm not asking you to pay for it. That's one of the services that I give. I'm gonna pay for an appraisal. All right, because the home is so unique, I'm also gonna pay, I'm gonna pay for an inspection. I'm not asking you to pay for it. So I'm already spending money. In addition to that, you're gonna get the pictures, you're gonna get the video, you're gonna get blah, blah, blah. The 7% is really for that unique property. This, and of course, I'm gonna split it with the broker who brings the buyer, right? The 6%, I'm not paying for an inspection, and I'm not paying for an appraisal. You get the other services, and I'm still splitting it.
Okay, so it was split. I didn't get that.
Oh,
I thought
everything
7
is
so
split.
was
We
okay,
have a
I
broker.
thought
It's
7
always
is just
split.
you, and then the
No.
3%
It's
for the
no,
buyer.
it's always
Like,
split,
absolutely.
right?
So you would give
Okay.
it another, if hypothetically you did 7%, you would split 3.5%.
No, and I'll tell
Or
the
the
seller, I'm keeping 4 because I'm
Right.
spending money already,
Okay.
and I'm giving the other side 3, right? 6% is regular house. I can run the appraisal. I'm very confident about it. Keller keeps 3, the other side gets 3, and you get all the other services. You get the stager, you get the what do you call it? Simply organized. You get the photos and the videos and blah, blah, blah. Just not the other two. All right, Mr. Here comes my 5%. My 5% is if somebody walks off the street without representation. So I might give you, you get a, now, let's say and you get the other stuff, right? So I pay 3 to the other side and I keep 2 when I commission, I am not for my, you penalize me by giving me 2.5%. I've been running with these buyers for 6 months. So if you ever drop your commission, you guys, you take 2 and you give the other side 3. It's only because you're the one who kiss and you give your friend that. No, pay me what I'm worth. The 3%, because I go down to 3%. The 3% is if you have listed your home and your neighbor go, what in the world were you thinking? I told you my best friend wants to buy this house. So now here comes an unrepresented buyer and it is your lead, Mr. Seller. So you get a 3% saving because there's no agent on the other side. And that's how you explain your flexible fee commission. And when they say, well, why can't I get the 4%? If they ask, well, you say, you know what? And that is my job to make sure I sell it by myself. I'm gonna hold all the open houses that I can. I'm gonna take all the signed cards that I can. I'm gonna send it everywhere. So all those calls from the internet come to me. So I have an unrepresented buyer. And of course, you still have to say yes to me doing both sides of the transaction and you get a savings. That's how you explain your flexible fee schedule.
Can you email this to us so you have a sheet that you sent out?
Yeah. I have a sheet.
Yeah. we want-
Ask the man
Okay.
to email it to you. All right, and so the close, thank you guys for stepping up and doing this. And so she closed the wife. She closed the wife because she emotionally tapped into me and she asked a lot of questions. And so it didn't take her long. So lots and lots of questions. Right up front, Grace, you said, I sent you the pre-listing. Did you have a chance to look at it? We said, yes. You missed a step though. You should have said, do you have any questions? Had you said, do you have any questions? And we said, yes. You're like, great. So we're gonna cover your, let's say we said commission. All right, we're certainly gonna talk about commission. Is there any other concerns? Do you have any other concerns? And of course, they might say, yeah. Okay, marketing, of course. We're talking about commission, we'll talk about marketing. Any other concerns? I don't wanna be homeless. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the commission or the broker fee. Change your word into broker fee. We're gonna talk about the broker fee, we're gonna talk about the marketing, and we're gonna talk about how, don't say homeless, how I'm gonna find a property for you to move into before we sell your home. And then you talk about, is there anything else we should discuss? No. No. So we focus on those 3 things and do not give me a presentation because we are both high Ds. I don't want a presentation because I'm a high D. Focus on the 3 things that I said I have a concern about. If I'm a C, I'm gonna tell you, just give me the presentation because I want all of the paperwork. Does that make sense?
I have a question.
Yes.
So when the whole, I don't wanna be homeless thing, there's 3 ways that we're saying to come back at that. Is first, can you qualify for a loan before we sell your home? I have like, can you stay with someone and lease back? Is that like the 3 most effective ways? Or the one?
Give me the first one again.
Can you qualify qualify for a loan prior to selling your home?
Okay, it's a good question. What's a better question?
Are you able to buy your new home without selling your current home?
Okay,
Yeah, why do we go straight to loans? There's a lot of people walking around here who can sell, who
that's
can
true.
move into their home without selling the old one.
Okay,
Because the old one has zero of a mortgage, paid off. And then what was the second one?
do you have family members that you can stay with?
Well, Ivan, if I was to sell your home before we found you another house, would that present a problem? Best. Did you hear that?
No.
Ivan, if I was to sell your home before we found you another, would that present a problem for you? So you can answer.
No.
It's good to have options, and there are times when you don't need the options, because always ask a good question, a better question than the best question. The best question is just stay neutral and come from curiosity, stay open. We're thinking it's gonna be a problem, just ask, is it gonna be a problem? And he's like, nah.
And if it was a yes,
If he says yes, are you open to some suggestions? If he says yes, well, have you thought about what would happen? And then see. Dig. Okay?
Because the seller may have already thought about what they would do.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So always ask the great questions. Dig. All right. Any other observations from the guys in the room? How did you think they did?
Really good.
Yeah. Any suggestions? Because in this room, we're working on mastering stuff. We really don't like the word good, do you guys? Because good is the enemy of great. So every time we come in and we hear good, we're like, okay. Pick up on that they can master and work on.
When they were given the price to the seller that they wanted, it wasn't like a backup plan. It's like if they're like, okay, yeah, we'll list it for 100,000 more. All right, cool. There wasn't no word as to what it should sell at. What I'm telling you, so that okay, yeah, we'll sell it at 750 and see the traction. Not going to be traction.
Yeah, so because okay, you said that, 25 people line up as soon as the sign goes in the yard. So here's what we're gonna do, Mr. Seller. We're gonna list it because we're a team, right? We're a team, so we list it for $749. Now, 2 weeks or a week of hot showings and we have no offers. It's the price. The buyers are rejecting your price.
yeah,
And so I'm gonna put it in the listing agreement that if we have no offers within X number of days, we're gonna decide on a price now. And it doesn't have to be $650. It's whatever y'all agree on. We're gonna agree on a price now that I'm gonna reduce it and I'm not gonna call you. I'll send you a quick text. So thank you for that. Okay? You can't just cave in. You're the professional and I expect you to be. Anything else?
Ask more questions.
Ask more questions. Okay, online, people in TV land. Please unmute yourself and give us some feedback.
Hi, this is Regina. Hey,
Yes,
I'm out of the car now, but I just put in chat that I missed a lot being in the car, so I don't feel that I can give very good feedback. But I do have a question. Let me preface it by saying I know that we have to treat all of our clients the same. As Jim once said, if you're a jerk to one, be a jerk to all. So with that, what are your thoughts on reimbursing at closing the cost of maybe a photographer or the Simply Organized and things like that, especially if you have a difficult person who wants too much and might just let you spend all the money to get the house in shape and then bail on you? And I'm assuming you'd have to have the same thing for everyone. Okay, I think my phone is frozen. Sorry.
You can have
Okay.
you can have certain business practices in place and you do it for everybody. So for me personally, I always pay for a photographer.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna change. I always give 2 hours of staging if they want it. Some people, they have some staging if they need more. Staging, then they pay for that themselves. 2 hours of me. If they need more, they'll pay for it themselves, right?
So you'll pay for the first 2 hours of them coming out.
Yep.
And then if they need more, then it's
Mhm.
their problem.
Mhm.
And that's your 6%.
That is
That's every package.
every time.
That's every package, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and I do it for everybody. So if I ever get audited by the man or the woman or the girl, it's my business practice. Where I am not taking a photo with my little camera. And this is just my soapbox. Around here, let's say it's 400 average price point. 4 times 3 is $12,000. If I cannot hire a 150 photographer to get $12,000, then I have to reconsider my business. I think it's an insult. If somebody's gonna give you around here, their $500,000 house to list, and you pull out your little cheap camera phone. Okay? That's my soapbox though. And if the house is junky, I am not putting my sign in front of it without the organizers coming in. And I pay for 2 hours of that. And sometimes that's all they need. Because the organizer will say, do this, do that, do this, do that, and they do it. Any other, thank you, Regina, for that question. Any other questions?
I have another thought. Have you ever, do you ever use the dollar bill to explain the, for example, a 6% commission? I
No.
really like that.
Yeah.
What are
It's
your
kinda-
thoughts?
I don't use it. I've never used it. It's
Okay,
kind of
thank you.
old school and people kind of expect it. I just send that flexible commission fee schedule. They look at it and we don't have much discussion when I get there. And sometimes they'll ask me if we're doing 2 transactions together, if they can get a break on one of them, and I'll do it. If they don't ask me, I just charge what I charge for my professional services, right? I need stuff to use later, right? Okay. More questions, y'all? Thank you so much. Rusty, questions? Monica? No. You got yours in, which is great. We forgot about that. Nina, any questions?
I want the seller package. I hope I'm not missing any sheets on that. Can you mind send that?
Mine's gonna send a flexible fee schedule that you guys can tweak it and put it in your packet. All the seller pre-listing and listing consultation, they're in Michael Lewis Marketing, or they are in Command, and they're beautiful.
Oh.
And that's where mine comes from. I just go in and pull out pieces because I am a geek. I am not doing this much. They're in Command under designs, Guys, please know what you have in your toolbox. If you go to and you go to designs, you're gonna find the pretty listing presentation, pretty buyer's consultation, pre-listing packet. And you use what you want.
So to be clear, before you go out on the listing, consultation, you always send out the fee commission.
I send out the pre-listing pack,
Oh.
the pre-listing packet.
But the flexible fee is not in there, you're saying in the freeze? And
It's
the
flexibly
listing there.
confusing,
It's
that's
not
the-
You don't have to-
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to do
You,
that.
you don't have to be a flexible. You
Yeah,
can
I
just say
think
six
maybe this is
percent.
good for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 3 and 3.
Even when you do the
Whatever you
6%,
say,
you're
say,
dealing with
say,
laws.
3 and 3.
Yeah, yeah, keep
Whatever
going,
it is,
all right.
dividing it.
So here's the
Why
thing,
is
like Russell say, it's, and some of you in the back are saying, I just do 6% and I explain what it entails.
Yeah.
Once you explain what it entails, people usually don't fight you. You guys are expecting a fight. Most people don't.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, it's 6%. Here's all what we give.
Yeah.
It goes out to over 300 websites. Once we put it in KWLS, all people call me from all over that I don't even know. It's everywhere. The other broker gets 3, and my broker gets 3, and then they pay me. And people are good with that. Because it's not your 6%, it's their net. People walking away from closing with 400,000, 500,000, they're happy. They could care less about their 6%. Really, they could care less. You're the ones who are like, oh my God, I'm about to make $30,000. What's $30,000 to some people? They go make it rain at the club with that kind of money, and I'm not lying. All right, so just be a professional. Did this add any value to anybody?
Yes.
Should we do this more?
Yes.
Okay, great, because the buyers is coming, and it will, I think, Angela Percy or
Next
somebody is teaching the buyers consultation, and then sometime next year, y'all get to practice again. We have a lot of good stuff coming down the rest of the year.
I think doing it afraid helps because I'm usually working with buyers. So my first seller, I didn't even know what I was doing, and the sign was out. Before I got the sign out, it was sold. The second one is a close friend. So I've not really done a lot of
Practice.
strangers. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and here's the thing, what's to say you can't practice with each other? And just have one of us sit and observe you, or have just like this room, have each other observe you and give you feedback so you can grow through it. I still jump on the scripts and role play calls and scripts and role play because I need to grow. You never stop growing, so thank you so much.
It's fun to watch the script calls too.
Oh, they're fantastic.
What is it called?
Thank you,
The
scripts
call.
off.
It's a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard of
It's
that.
all
Yeah, you just, it's on YouTube.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you, guys.
See,
I love that. Whatever.
So
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Where are you going? You have a closing?
No, I have a meeting later.
You have a meeting. It's
Yes.
pretty. I love it. Very pretty.
And the headband too.
Huh?
No, it's- That's good. All right, so I have
This
to
is
read
so
it.
good.
Well, you're welcome. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
Put the room back together, you.
Okay.
In California? No. Oh, here.
Just like that for closing, I don't know about nobody else.
It's on the contract. Did you extend the closing date?
we did, and then,
So what's happening with the buyer?
And he's working with Amy Federal.
Oh, yes.
So they're taking a long time
Yeah,
to close.
so when did you extend it to?
We haven't done another extension yet,
Oh, so right now it's out of contract.
so it's out of contract.
Yeah.
So I was thinking on canceling the transaction. I was trying to give it more time, just to see what's gonna happen with Amy Federal. But then if I can just close it and then relist it myself. I asked him today, could he take and ask them for more money for the earnest money deposit? He's waiting on the real estate agent from the other side to come back and let him know what's going on today, once they talk to the lender.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a lot.
Have you asked for proof that the guy can actually close?
No, I didn't.
Ask for proof that he can actually close,
Okay.
and if he can, get more earnest money. Cause if you read your contract, read the, financing contingency, it does say that you can cancel the contract
Okay.
if they can't close,
Okay.
and there's no proof. So read your contract and talk to your agent.
Okay, and my agent to me is, this is what I feel, that my agent and the other agent are in cahoots,
Okay.
and they just wanna make sure it can close, and, so he can get paid and she can get paid. So they're really not communicating with me what's really going on with the transaction.
Okay, so pull out your contract and read it.
Read the contract.
Read your financing contingency contract and then ask for proof that they can close.
And, okay, and that would be something that they would get from